The MMA world is buzzing over Jon Jones' new training footage, where he looks frighteningly sharp, despite Dana White shutting down rumors of a White House UFC event.
Jon Jones won that title at 23. It's just been destruction of everyone ever since. Never ducked anybody, fought all the best, destroyed everybody, dominated his division, went up to heavyweight, dominates at heavyweight.
So what?
He's just the greatest of all time. He's 37 years old and he's still the greatest. You're calling out Jon Jones.
Yeah.
Right? That's the boogeyman. Like, Jon Jones is the fucking boogeyman. When he fought Gustafsson, he had almost no training camp. They said he barely showed up. Talked to Jackson about it, and Greg Jackson was telling me, he's like, he didn't even train for that fight. He pulled that fight off in the 4th and 5th rounds. That's when he really turned it up. So you're talking about a guy who hasn't even been training. And then you saw the real Jon Jones in the second fight. That's motivated Jon Jones.
Right now, guys, we don't have an American in the top 10 pound for pound. We don't have an American in the top 10 pound for pound. We don't have an American champion outside of Kayla Harrison, now that Jon Jones retired. So who do we send out there on July 4th to get a victory? I say send Jon Jones. He's going to win. That's what he's done his whole career. If it's going to be somebody that we have to trust to win for the country, you send that dude.
Jon Jones' intense training footage has sparked major debate, with many believing the GOAT is preparing for something big. He's officially back in the UFC testing pool, confirming his comeback is real. And while Dana White may remain doubtful, fans wonder if this is part of a bigger plan.
Been so much speculation about the White House card. Is there anything that Jon could do where you could say, okay, I actually trust him?
Let me ask you, what do you think Jon would do in the next couple of months that would make me trust putting him on the White House card?
Well, I would not trust him, but I would like to see him fight Aspinall on that card down the road.
So I already said that I don't trust him, and you're asking me what could he do for me to trust him in the next 3 months? You don't trust him.
Well, yes, but you talk to him. I don't.
Yeah. No, I don't talk to him either. I haven't talked to him at all. If I had to make odds, it's 1,000,000,000 to 1 that I put Jon Jones on the White House card.
All right, I think that ends the questions on it.
Yeah.
Hey, so they've announced this White House UFC fight. What do you think about that?
I think it's exciting. Very exciting.
Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have very strong feeling that I'll be on that card.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any possible names you think?
Well, no, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. I feel like the only thing to have an American guy fight for the championship that night, I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice.
Jon Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, you know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House card.
That Jon Jones was never, not even if you put a fucking gun to his head, gonna take that fight. Just look at the language Jones has been using from day one about Tom Aspinall. Why would I gamble my legacy on someone like him? Jon Jones, gamble. You win every fight, don't you? You're guaranteed to win every fight. You can beat anyone. Every fight, if you're the best fighting the best, is a bit of a gamble. But you're the heavyweight champion of the world. You're supposed to go on and do that. I've never ever known a champion who tells everyone how great they are and yet doesn't want to fight the best challenger. I tell a lie. Actually, I do remember one time, Tyson Fury, when he did not want to fight Alexander Usyk. Oh, he's not a big enough name. Oh, and he made all the excuses in the world. And guess what? Usyk beat him twice. And this is exactly why Jon Jones doesn't want to take that fight, because he can see what the fuck is on the way. Jones spent the majority of his career as a heavyweight, boiling down to light heavyweight, beating guys who are actually middleweights, aside from one or two. And by the way, he scraped through those ones. When people were equal to him in size, that was where he actually struggled. Dominic fucking Reyes beat him, in my opinion, for Christ's sakes. And who the fuck is he? No offense. He's certainly not Tom Aspinall. In Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones, with his high fighting IQ, which I won't take away from him, he is a very smart fighter, and that's what the problem is here, is he's not able to delude himself into thinking, oh, I'll just beat him, right? He sees everything, and that's part of the reason why Jones has managed to win so many fights, is he sees everything, and he analyzes, and he comes up with good game plans. He's a smart fighter, but he can't do this with Tom Aspinall. He looks at him and goes, Right, okay, he's faster. Fuck me, he's way faster. And he's bigger. That's not normal. He hits way harder than anyone I've ever fought in my entire fucking life. And he's banging out heavyweights in the first round. Big, massive heavyweights. I've been fighting smaller guys the majority of my career, and he's out there blasting out heavyweights. Fuck. If I go in there, there's every...
One of Jon Jones's greatest strengths has always been studying opponents in detail. But with Tom Aspinall finishing fights so quickly, there isn't much tape to analyze. Some believe Jones may have been playing the long game, acting uninterested in public while secretly training, waiting for Tom to build enough footage for him to break down.
And everything seems to be moving in this direction. Donald Trump announces that they're going to the White House, and like a day later, Jon Jones says, I'm back. And now all the talk is, I'm out of retirement, I'm getting tested. Did you chuckle at all this? Did you literally days after all this goes down, he says, okay, I'm back after all. What do you make of all of this?
Oh, mate, it's just boring. It's just so boring. I don't even have a comment on it. It's boring as hell. Don't want to talk about it.
Like, you just probably rolled your eyes and moved on, right?
I've already got a fight, so I'm focusing on that. That's the way that I like micromanage things so well mentally, is that like for the next 10 weeks of my life, all I'm thinking about is like Cyril Gane and how to beat him. Like even what you said about his coach, what you said I didn't say, it doesn't matter because I'm fighting Cyril, and that's all that matters really. No matter what anybody said or done or what's happened in the past is all pretty irrelevant at this point because we're going to fight each other, and that's all that really matters.
And I promise this is the only other thing I'll ask about it, but now it's become Jon versus Tom would be the biggest fight ever at the White House, and even Dana has talked about it, that would be the wish list. Is that something that you even think about or use as like that could be a goal, or because of the past year, you won't allow yourself to even get too worked up over that?
Do you want me to be honest?
Please.
It has spent 0 seconds in my mind.
Okay. That's it.
That's it. I'm not interested, mate. Not interested. And the world shouldn't be interested either, because what's the point? This is false hope.
What about just you at the... That interest you?
For DC.
Yes, sir.
I saw Jon Jones is back in the testing pool.
Yes.
Talking about going on the White House card.
Yes.
I think with his extensive criminal record,
the
Secret Service will let him on the White House grounds.
That's such a good question. Woo.
That's actually a good question. Well, we always have to pass background checks when Trump's there, and he got the fight, so I'd imagine he will be. And I gotta be honest with you. All right, so listen. All right. No disrespect to anyone here. I love you guys so much. You can go to the White House, and I'm positive you'll win, right? But if we really need an American to win, right, gotta kind of send Jon Jones, don't we? I mean, seriously. Like, I mean, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't like him, but it's like, if we need an American to win, don't we just send the guy that always wins?
Yeah, no, he's going.
And he said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And nobody tries harder than me. Are you sure Jon Jones doesn't try a little harder than I do?
Oh, no. It's close.
It's close.
This theory is spreading fast in the MMA community, with Jones's new training clips adding fuel to the fire. Some believe it's classic Jon Jones, using smoke and mirrors to appear distracted before returning, sharper than ever. Others argue his time has passed, and Tom Aspinall is now too fast, skilled, and hungry for Jones to handle.
Like, Jon Jones was dominating everybody during the TRT era, like the Vitor, at 2000 level test levels, he did it during that era. So like, again, like we could say almost factually that he was fighting guys that were on steroids. So the fact that he did them, it just, again, I think it's just a personal opinion, like whether you want to take that into account or not. In terms of accomplishments, I mean, you can't say that he wasn't the best ever. I mean, it's just a difficult argument to make anything else, right? But when you start getting into like who did steroids and who didn't, like it's basically all opinion at that point.
Jon Jones studies everyone. He studies their tendencies. He gets in his mind how when you throw that left kick, you make this little step with your right foot. You might do this thing when you shoot for a takedown, where you keep your leg on, you keep your head on one side every time. You might do this thing when someone throws a right hand, you always lean to the left. You might do and Jon Jones picked up that tendency, and that's how he knocked out Daniel Cormier. He knew Daniel Cormier has a tendency to duck towards his right side because he goes for that single on the left leg, and Jon caught him with the perfect head kick. But it wasn't by an accident. He set that up. He set it up just like Leon Edwards set up that head kick on Kamaru. There's a beauty to it.
Fans continue to debate whether Jon Jones's fight IQ and adaptability could neutralize Tom Aspinall's speed and power, or if Aspinall would overwhelm him like every other heavyweight so far. With Jones's wrestling, elbows, and experience against Aspinall's speed, boxing, and momentum, the clash of styles is exactly why this new training footage has set the MMA world on fire.
Why is that fight not happening?
Well, it could be for two reasons. It's either that Jon Jones is using a strategy to have more money.
You could say it, GSP. Go for it. Come on, say what you want to say.
If he has no intention of coming back, that's not right. Make negotiation happen, or get things moving.
Doesn't seem like Jon really likes the topic. He actually walked off a podcast the other day because he got asked about the topic, and
really,
he was like, "Yeah, I'm done here."
Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall has all the makings to be the biggest heavyweight fight in UFC history, and I think that's the fight that they're going to make next. Jon kind of alluded to it. He didn't say Tom's name specifically in the post-fight speech, but he goes, "Look, there's some things that you guys want. I need to sit down with Hunter and Dana. We need to work some things out, and then we're going to give you that fight." In true Jon fashion, he's going to disappear for a little while. We probably won't see him compete for 8 or 9 months at minimum, but I'm really hoping that they make that Tom Aspinall fight. And I would have said before last night that my prediction probably would have been leaning more towards Aspinall. But after last night, I really just don't know. I think I'm going to have to say my early prediction, my early money on this, just looking at how complete Jon is from top to bottom, is that Jon Jones would actually beat Tom Aspinall.
I think Jon Jones' legacy doesn't need Tom Aspinall as Tom Aspinall. I don't think he does.
He does, bro.
He doesn't.
You know why?
Why?
And I'm only telling you this from a guy that lived in that world, right?
Yeah, you lived in that division.
I also never beat him.
Yeah.
And I had, no matter what I did going forward, it was always that, well, you never beat Jon Jones. Tom Aspinall is going to get that belt, and there's going to be a gap, right? That lineal championship breaks. That line breaks when Tom goes from interim to champion. Because Jon never gave him the opportunity to fight him.
But either did Francis never gave Jon Jones opportunity to fight him.
Francis was going to give Jon an opportunity. Jon wasn't ready to take it at the time.
Exactly.
Right?
So there you have that same type of thing.
Breaking. Francis left. Made a boatload of money. So in retrospect, Francis probably made the right decision because he got paid so much money to box.
Exactly.
But Aspinall, so far, the way he dispatched off
the Russian guy,
oh my God. And he's fast, but he's the same height as me, if not an inch taller, but thick. And I was like, you're a lot thicker than I would expect. And the speed, that's the thing that I'm like, okay, that's the danger. But again, grappling, he's a black belt, but Jon is...
It's different.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. They got to fight. But if they don't ever fight, we'll never know. Because we had that with Jon and Silva. We had that with Silva and GSP. So all these fights we will never see.
Dana White may not trust Jon Jones, but fans wonder if this is all part of a setup. Is Jones secretly preparing for the fight he's been accused of avoiding? Or is he just teasing another comeback that never happens? What's certain is that Jones is training like a man who still believes he's the best. And the big question is whether it's for Tom Aspinall or simply to protect his legacy.